Okay, we should be live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second chess tournament hosted between DePaul Esports and, of course, the DePaul Chess Club. If you've been familiar with a lot of our esports streams and content and such, you probably know who I am. I'm Matt Beach. I'm here to help out with running this whole stream here for chess, but I'm not much of a chess player myself, let alone a tournament organizer. So for that, of course, we have our representative from the chess club, Perry. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm the vice president of the chess club. And yeah, I'm here to help Shoutcast.
Perfect. And then, of course, another esports regular, but also quite a chess, how would you say, like savvy in chess, I guess? Chess savvy?
I think you would consider myself chess savvy. I'm not.
Yeah, to say the least, of course. Michael?
To say the least. But yes, in case you guys don't know me, I am Michael G. I am a regular with the DePaul Esports program, and I am a very frequent shoutcaster for some of the events that DePaul Esports organizes. So I'm glad to be back here once again.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've pretty much started to hit the ground running with this tournament. It's going to be a Swiss format. So we're gonna have a number of people playing in a number of rounds against one another, as opposed to having it be like Swiss pools into like one single elimination bracket. So we have our first round already started between all of our players. So we're just going to go ahead and, just kick right into it. I believe the first match is going to be Lucas versus Aaron. So I'll put up the title card in a bit. Perry, Michael, once we go live, take it away.
Right away, sir.
All right, we're already in the middle of a game here, it looks like.
Yeah. Stand by whilst I try to set up Stockfish to come to.
So right now, White's knight is hanging, so White fixes that. Oh man, this is messy. Black's light squared bishop is pretty loose right now, so Black should try to fix that. Probably bring it back to g6.
Yeah, I'm really noticing the overextension with Black's white squared bishop right now, because he's very front positioned and he's not necessarily threatening anything. He's threatening anything except for the knight, but of course, the knight can just retain that position without much risk as well. So I'm really just inclined to see that the black-white squared bishop move, he does move the queen instead to try to pin that f pawn up to the king.
And a6 was hanging there, so moving the queen over there also just like low-key protected it, which was nice. But Black still has a couple of loose pieces. Both the knight and the light squared bishop are both really loose and can be really easy targets. So that's, in theory, what White should be trying to attack. Yeah.
All right, let me try to initiate this match. Do I have the game state replicated? Do I have it all?
Or are you trying to get to this position via?
Yes, I think I have it confidently. So we have that f knight to d2.
Attacking the light squared bishop. Light squared bishop finally goes back to g6. I would want to see White get the rook on f out.
I think I really would like to see that. I would like to see that f rook onto the e file to sort of pressure that pile which at this point only has that black pawn in the middle of it.
There's also knight d5 to fork the queen and the bishop. So White could go for that to try and trade off get rid of the bishop pair for Black.
Yeah, that's
because having the bishops together can make them really dangerous.
It is White to move, though. Let's see if he sees this.
Yeah, so knight d5. He just goes with h3. All right.
Yeah, h3. Granted, I really wouldn't be so concerned with the back rank mate to move H pawn forward 1. I really wouldn't. I mean, there's not really much in the terms of black to send material forward in the first rank to pressure the king. So I really think this was lost tempo on white's part.
Yeah, no, I think that might have just been like an inaccurate move here. There wasn't really a reason to give your king some more breathing room right this second.
And so black goes with the to move his queenside rook on the d file onto the d file, which does significantly shift the advantage toward the white side as well. I'm also thinking that this was lost tempo on black's part.
I still think the knight should have gone to that square that white just filled with a bishop, especially now that the queen can't go back to recapture the bishop. But that is a really nice square for the bishop, and the bishop will be seeing and controlling a lot of squares from there. So, all right, attacking the queen.
Yeah.
The queen is also the only piece protecting both the knight and the pawn over there. So if the queen goes to a square where it's no longer protecting one of them, white can win some material potentially. So yeah, we'll just have to see where black puts their queen.
Black queen to c5.
So now a6 is hanging, but white has to be careful because his knight on c4 is also hanging. Oh, no, it's not. There's a bishop protecting it. So in theory, white can just pick up that pawn on a6. And there might not be a whole lot of counterplay. We'll find out if there's any counterplay here in a second. Oh, and I think that just hangs the queen. So white, okay. All right.
Oh, that was a choke.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
That was not a great exchange.
Yeah, no. Black potentially has some counterplay here, pinning the bishop to the queen. So white still has to be careful, but this game's probably over. White would have to choke pretty bad here. Knock on wood. I mean, white can't hear me, so I guess I don't need to worry about. Now I would take that knight and then just push my pawn to c4 to protect the bishop and just keep it there forever. And then you don't even have to worry about it being taken. Let's see if white goes for that.
Yeah. So the queenside rook ends up taking that one knight at d6.
So white's just going for pushing the pawn.
Yeah, he's going for promotion, I bet. I really think this could be. That's not a bad idea.
Now I hope c4 is played.
Yeah,
because that was my original thought.
He has the doubled rooks now on the d file, and the bishop pinned to the queen as well. So this is not a safe This is really not a safe idea. But assuming that white does go for the promotion on the a file, the rook can possibly head out and capture whatever piece he promotes, but then the fire-up shot with the a file can result in a back rank mate, which will end the game.
Yeah, no, there are some interesting ideas here where you just basically let black take the light squared bishop and then sack the queen and then promote with a checkmate. Which would be really dirty. I really think this could be a dangerous position. This is a really dangerous position for black right now, because really every single option can just converge into a back rank mate from the promoted a pawn. Yeah, no, that promotion is going to cause black a lot of trouble here.
But we do see instead c4 going forward. It is black to move with.
Oh, and black resigned.
But black resigns. I think he saw it. I'm heavily inclined to believe that he did see what was coming for him.
Yeah, no. So that was a pretty clean game from White. At least from what I saw. I mean, it looked pretty messy when we joined in, so maybe the first half of it wasn't so clean. But
yeah, best case scenario, he could have won in 2. It could have been mate in 2 for White.
But
in favor of White, I should say.
No, for sure. But Black just hung the queen, so that's that's what it comes down to.
I really think that queen exchange was the big factor in Black losing this game. That one queen sacrifice.
All right. We should have the next game starting in a moment. In fact, I think they have. All right, here they are.
I'm trying to figure out how they...
So Black's already kind of overextending his pawns and allowing White to place White's bishop exactly where White wants to place their bishop. So Black has to be really careful here, having their queen out. I mean, White should be able to just castle here and protect everything. It's a little daunting to see the queen right there in your face, but he should be able to just castle into the queen and be totally fine here.
Yeah.
So hopefully they do that and don't miss the fact that G2 is hanging. Oh my god. Oh, that's a great move. And now the Black queen is hanging and Black is in check, so White's already probably won this game. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So White's up a queen for a piece. And now should be able to just basically move the White queen in and find a checkmate pretty quick.
Yeah. There's a check right there.
White just has to not get too cocky and it has to not blunder the queen right back. That's the only thing White has to do. Yeah, White has to be careful with the queen here.
Yep.
But White still has lots of checking potential and might be able to just check until there's a checkmate. White can always take the pawn on G7 too, which will also win a rook. So White has a lot of outs here. They're just going for pushing the pawn though with check. The queen's protecting it always, no matter how far it goes. Okay, so yeah, no, White's just throwing his pawns at Black's king here. And White has some discovered check potential here with the bishop. It ends up taking G7. Wants to get the queen back involved in checkmating the king, which I believe it's checkmating 1 right now on G4.
Stand by.
Or G3.
Yes. G4, yep.
So I think queen G3 here, and I mean, the game's over.
Yeah, it's queen G4 or G3 can either do it.
Or the rook. Yeah, that works too.
Yeah.
That was a pretty clean game from White. White saw that awesome tactic right away.
Forgot to set Black to move, but apparently queenside, kingside castle could have done it as well.
Yeah.
So apparently I don't know if there was any technicality that I was missing, but that's what Stockfish was telling me.
Well, cool. That was a pretty clean game from White. I hope Black has some better games in the future here.
Yeah.
All right, and we have our next game up.
Yeah.
All
Right off the bat,
I'm trying to just get a hold on what's happening here right away.
Yeah. Right off the bat, I'm starting to see that I'm starting to see kind of a position that favors white as of right now. You do have the overextended queen, which is threatening f1 right now and keeping that king pinned into that corner, which will be seeming dangerous right now. It is, by my knowledge, white to move. So there are still several options that white can do. White can set up in order to defend for any possible mate that black could fire with his turn to move.
Yeah, I'm not sure who I'd rather be here, to be honest. Both players are looking pretty scared right now.
We do have
I probably
white
prefer to be
A4.
black. Even though black has the loose pawn on f4. Other than that, black's rooks are really good. So is black's bishop. And the queen's causing a lot of pressure, and there's not much white can really do to kick it out. So yeah, right now white is threatening to trap the bishop.
Yeah, bishop goes forward.
And black decides to sack it. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. This is most definitely going to result in a king takes bishop sort of ordeal.
Yeah, I think it would be silly not to take that bishop. I don't think there's a checkmate here. But white has to take that bishop and then be very, very careful not to get checkmated. But I'm pretty sure white has an out here.
E2, I think it is mate. If I'm reading this board correctly, it would be mate if he goes for that bishop if queen moves E2. Unless
but then king goes back to G1. And then I don't see anything.
He'll probably end up being might end up being smothered mate if in the most unlikely circumstance.
Yeah, I think white's good. I think white's good to take that. Oh, white doesn't take it.
He doesn't.
Oh my god.
Maybe
he saw something I didn't. I don't think there was anything there though. I think he was good.
I really do not agree with this decision too, because he's got several pieces that can easily threaten that first rank right there.
Oh, totally. No. White's in some trouble now for sure.
This is not a good position for white to be in. It is black to move. And really, though, black could possibly do his best to just send that one rook on the e-file too.
Black doesn't quite have the pieces coordinated yet to go for a checkmate, but black could definitely start working on it and potentially take him out. So
yeah,
white has to be really careful here, or find a way to trap the queen or something weird. So we'll find out. Black's taking their time. They know they potentially have an attack here, so they want to make sure they really figure it out and find it. Rook E2.
Rook to E2.
That doesn't actually threaten anything as of right now.
Yeah.
Because the knight protects the other knight backwards.
Yep.
But black is probably hoping to put the other rook. Oh, wait, no, that is threatening the knight. So, because I forgot, black has another rook that's attacking that. So, white needs to protect that knight another time.
Yeah.
Or just move the knight. I don't think there are any... Oh, there are checkmate ideas there if he moves the knight. So maybe white should just...
Yeah. He goes.
That's a good idea.
He goes to F1. I do think that is yeah. It definitely provides the protection.
Checks. Yeah.
It provides protection against most checks that black could possibly accomplish at this point in the game.
And black can't even sack the queen on D1 because the queen also protects D1. So both the other rook and the queen are protecting it. So white's really safe here. And if black moves their queen out of the way, white's able to take the rook on D8 and potentially get some counterplay.
Yes.
Well, black, I think, just hung their queen.
G5. Yeah.
Yo, what is with y'all and hanging your queens today? Oh my god. I wish
mean,
people did that to me.
I don't know what he would see. I don't with what this queen sacrifice would do. He would. The most obvious thing would be to just take back the rook, but then of course right now the queen moves to threaten that rook that just took his queen, and then next option, what would you do? Possibly take the knight right off this position.
Yeah, I think White has an advantage.
Oh,
White's
no.
also able to check.
Oh no, this is not a move I would agree with. But he does.
Yeah,
but it does
no.
move the knight, which ends up falling to the f pawn. But
yeah, I think White has this game in the
Yeah.
bag at this point. Everything's hanging.
this was not. I did not agree with that black move right there.
Black had potential there and just blundered
Yeah.
the queen. Thought about it too much, and then yeah, you hate to see it.
And so black moves to a2, and I think that's kind of the signature move which you do when you're under pressure and you don't know what to think.
And White's threatening mate in 1.
Yeah.
Black can make some lift for
F5,
his king.
correct? Queen F5, correct? Oh, there you go.
Just queen d8.
Oh, right. It was defended.
But b6 happened, so it's not checkmate anymore.
Yeah, b6 happened. No back rank mate happening.
But White can potentially just bring his queen to d8 and the rook to d7 right afterwards, and just go after that king. And I don't know how much Black has there.
Yeah, black has only his one rook and the bishop as material, which honestly at this position now he can't seem to capture.
Yeah, White wasted a tempo there. He played h3 because he didn't want to get back rank mated. And I don't think he needed to do that because his knight's also protecting from any checks. So he has time to always play h3 if he needs to. All right, now rook d7 would be pretty killer. I don't know if there's anything you can even really do at that point.
Yeah.
We'll see if he finds it. There might even be something better. This is a pretty nice position for White.
He moves
Gets the
queen.
check.
He moves queen d5 for the check, but
So Black either needs to move back and allow him to check again, or he needs to move to a6, and then White's able to check with a queen. So White's just going to pick up a bunch of material, basically for try and prevent Black from having any chances, because he's not seeing a checkmate. Although there was a checkmate on a8 just then, so White could have ended the game then and there. But instead decided to take a pawn. Decided to let his opponent suffer a little more.
Yep. This is, yeah.
Black's attacking nothing right now because the queen's protecting that pawn. Yeah, and Black's bishop, while it's...
Okay, I think I see what he's trying to do. He's going to try to set up the rook. He's going to try to set up the rook to go to d8, but the queen defending it rather than the rook defending the queen. So I'm thinking that's what the strategy that White has in mind right now. But then he moves the queen
it's
back to d4.
He's probably just going to pick up on f3, which also protects c3 at the same time, while also attacking the bishop.
Yeah.
Does White now see the checkmate? If king goes to c8 here, it's checkmate in 1 on queen a8.
Yeah.
And that's where he went the last time. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Does White
We're
see
back
it?
to where we are. Does White see it?
White might just take the bishop. I'm going to be so sad if White takes the bishop. Oh my
He
god.
doesn't. Oh my goodness.
Black
And now
lives
the
to see
queen.
another day.
Literally, Black, all he needs to do is just move to b8 and stop the whole thing.
Yeah.
But he doesn't.
Now White could go for it again. White could check on f8 and then back up.
He doesn't.
All right, let's see. He could also potentially just put the queen on d5 and just go for checkmate. I'm not sure if he sees the checkmate on a8, but I don't think he does.
Uh-oh.
So that's
I really don't.
He again has another opportunity here though, because if king goes to b7 and he checks again. Nope.
Wow, that's a tempo loss.
I think he's just trying to protect his pawn. He might be trying to bring the rook to d7 as well. Yeah, okay. Okay, he's making progress now.
Yep.
Brings the king out.
There you go.
That actually hangs the pawn though.
But he does pin the rook. He goes for the rook pin.
Now white should just have to check him. Okay, he just attacks another time. That's great.
That's a good move.
That works too. Yeah, so white's winning that rook by force, and I think there's pretty much no way to stop checkmate here. Queen a4, or just do a ladder mate.
He's going to do the ladder mate.
A ladder mate there would have potentially blundered a queen, so I'm glad he saw it and changed his mind. Rook d1's checkmate. Let's see if he spots it.
Oh, queen d1. No, this is not working out. This is definitely...
Oh my god.
I think the option here would be to move the knight. Because theoretically, we're at the point that white can stall for time. And I think he's going to try the ladder mate once more.
Yeah, white's running low on time here, so hopefully white finds the checkmate before... Here, rook d2 check would...
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this game's crazy.
Yes, and then I think right now what you need to do is move the F knight to e3. Not anymore, but...
Okay, now this should be a... not quite a ladder mate.
Discover check, go. Discover check right now.
Rook a2 would have been killer there. Okay, queen f1's checkmate. I don't think there's any way to stop it. So okay, there we go. All right, close that game. Oh my god. Oh, I would have killed for some of those checkmates there.
Discover check, go.
All right, what a game. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, people are just hanging their queens today. What is up?
Yeah.
Let's go.
There's a term that I like to lend from the Smash Brothers community called spaghetti, and that's when basically it's really haphazard in nature, where everything's just really sort of random and convoluted. And I think that's what we're seeing in this last thing in. So over here we've got a Giuoco piano game right here. So with the 4 knights variation coming up.
White could have gone for a fried liver there and chose not to, which I would have really loved to see, but oh well.
Wait a minute, fried what?
The fried liver attack. It's an awesome opening that white could have gone for here, and it in almost every single line wins at least a pawn. So black has to play very precisely.
We saw black going for the reverse Ruy Lopez move right here too, and I think it ends up trading his black bishop in the end, but rather interesting to see even with the 4 knights variation being played already.
Yeah, and I would have personally probably taken the d pawn there, but white is wanting to get their bishop on a3 instead, and pressure. Already have a bishop aiming over at the king side, which could be super good. Although now white might actually go for bishop g5 to pin the knight. We'll see. Although black stops that idea, so
yeah.
Now white might go for bishop a3 or rook b1. Those are definitely the two moves, considering white opened up the b file rather than the d file. Centralizing the bishop, allowing it to control a bunch of more squares.
Yes, and then we see movement to d6 on the d pawn to d6 on black right now. White to move. White to move, and I think honestly at this point you just move that rook and establish that file. But yeah, it's not that big. It's not that best a file to control, especially early game.
Ooh, that wasn't great. White preemptively pushed a pawn.
Yeah.
And is now down. Was that a pawn on that square? Yeah. So that's not great. White just blundered a center pawn. And is now going all in, baby.
Yeah. Knight to e7. All right.
So Black's knight here is really loose. So all White has to do is move the bishop, and no matter what he's attacking with the bishop, he's also attacking that knight. So Black could literally just go and take the pawn on either h6 or a7, and would actually be winning a pawn, not just blundering their piece, because they can then win the knight back in the center. So I would go for h6 because it attacks the king side and weakens the king a lot, while also then winning the knight in the center. So I don't know if White sees that tactic, but White can go for it.
Moves the bishop to d2.
So he is going for White is going for an attack on the knight, but also gives Black the opportunity to just basically trade off the piece or move the piece out of danger. So that I think taking on h6 would have been a little more precise there.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so they traded it off.
Traded off.
So Black is trying to take the knight on f3 and then ruin the king's pawn structure, making the king really unsafe for White. So White really should try to protect it an additional time besides the pawn on f2, because it's a little dangerous. So yeah, Black will probably now go for just taking it. We'll see. It's possible Black decides to move it back. Yep, so Black takes, and now White's king is very scared.
Yeah. This is a very, very dangerous position right now, too. It's Black to move.
Yeah. I would rather be Black
He goes
here.
for the G. He goes for the check on G.
So White's queen is hanging right now, but will White instead move the king? So White needs to take that queen with her queen.
Yeah, this definitely. We'll have to force the queen exchange. He doesn't instead.
Oh, doesn't see it.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate.
Whoa. That is so.
I mean, White could potentially put the king on h1, the rook on g1, and then go for an attack on the king, but that's pretty hard to come back from.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I had played in this. Oh man, people would have been hanging their queens for me left and right. Oh, it would have been so much fun.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know the audience of where these people come from. I mean, I guess some of them might have come from your club. I presume. Some of them more. I think the majority of these people may actually just be in the DePaul Esports Discord.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's people. I don't know if anyone in here is part of the club. And I wasn't able to most club members who would normally be active weren't able to be active for this today because they were busy.
Yeah.
White hangs a bishop.
Especially because I've especially noticed that we're not seeing as much in theory like we would with club matches versus what we're seeing right now. I mean, we did see the Giuoco Piano opening in this game right here.
Yeah, no, the for 4 or 5 moves they were playing theory. They had studied their books, and now, not so much. It went pretty quick out of theory. So, in theory, this game is either done and Black just needs to figure out how to checkmate, or there's a possibility that Black could blunder stuff right back, and White could potentially have another opportunity, another chance. We'll see. So if White just holds on for long enough, maybe that opportunity will arise. There are definitely checkmating ideas if Black is not careful, because White's pieces are all aligned to attack that king. I would have gone for a tricky line there, but oh well.
Yeah.
Because it was possible to, I think. Well, maybe not. I don't know, but I would have tried something. That's just a very, very solid move. All right. So White's realizing that the pawn on h6 is currently hanging because the pawn on g7 is pinned to the king.
Yep.
So White's trying to go in for the kill here. We'll see.
Yeah. Loses the knight.
I'm not sure if White has so many chances because White's just down a full queen.
Yep.
And it's starting to get to the point where it's basically going to be a queen versus a king. So.
Uh-oh. He's gonna. I think honestly, a better move would have been to move immediately to a3 just to pin that d rook to the king.
Right. White's going after that pawn on f7 again.
Yep.
There's hope. But also the queen is currently protecting it, so Black could, in theory, trade off their queen for 2 rooks.
Yep.
If White goes for it. But then Black would
checks.
be up 2 rooks.
I believe this is mate in 2 as well. Not after this f-pawn move, but it was possible.
Rook e3 would be pretty brutal here.
Yep.
Bring the other rook in. I don't know if there's really much you can do. Yeah.
He brings one rook into e3.
Yeah, White can give 1 check here.
Yeah, he can give 1 check
White has
here for the
nothing.
back. Yeah, White, he has nothing.
So it's just a matter of time before Black's pieces start to consume the king.
He'll have to move to G or h4. So he'll if Black goes ahead and takes the f pawn right there. But it is White to move right now, and we'll see what he does. Takes the
he goes for the
F7.
pawn.
Black probably firing back. Black will probably retaliate with takes F3.
Oh no, that game ended.
Huh.
I wonder why it ended so early.
Probably resigned too.
Alrighty, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hi there.
All right, very nice. There we go. So looks like that was the. There must have been a couple of like dropouts with the rounds then. I know that we got to see Vic, Aaron, and Jonah play for sure. Wasn't there at least one more person playing? Let's take a look here. Yeah, Aaron. Oh yeah, that's right, Lucas. So I guess yeah, that would have been if there was 4 people playing actively. That would have been 3 rounds that happened, and that would pretty much wrap it up. And Aaron looks like Aaron got like a clean sweep if I'm reading this correctly.
Yep, 3 out of 3.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. So, wait, let me check something really quickly. So that would be everybody that was playing, right?
Should have been.
All right. Well, that sounds great. In that case, Aaron, the King KMC is going to be your winner for today. They'll be walking away with a very snazzy trophy. Aaron, if you are watching, I'll go ahead and DM you on Discord a little bit later. We'll work out the whole prizing situation. And in that case, I believe that's going to be it from us. Anything else that we wanted to do or anything you guys wanted to say real quick?
I don't think I got anything. If you're interested in joining the chess club, we are on D-Hub, and we're hoping to play some over-the-board games in the fall. So check us out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is like a summer event, so this is kind of like a bridge, you know, between like the virtual world that we've been having over the past school year and then, you know, the 2021-2022 school year. Yeah, so I mean, if you've been watching like our DePaul Esports streams before, you know where to find us. But if you are curious, you can check out, I believe we have a link tree over here. Let me scroll through these. Yeah, here we go. Right down here, Linktree or linktree.ee /DePaul Esports. That's where you're going to find all of our different socials, our Discord server, everything you could possibly need to stay in the know on what we're up to, what we're doing. So you said that like, you know, the chess club hangs out on, you know, you got like a D-Hub program. Anything else that you wanted to plug as far as that goes?
If you want to be able to actually come to a scheduled time that works for you, right before fall starts, we're going to send out a survey of when people are actually available to come to the club. So try to join during the summer here so that you can potentially, we can schedule it around your times rather than our times.
Right. All right. Well, yeah, like you mentioned, of course, DePaul Chess Club, DePaul Esports, and all of our different games. Everything is going to be on D-Hub. If you haven't used it much before, because I know it wasn't super popular before this past school year, we only really started using, it only really started catching wind, I believe, like once we started to hit on the online era. So if you aren't familiar, D-Hub is going to be our place to go for pretty much all of student involvement, whether it's virtual or in person moving forward. So, you know, if you're not familiar with it already, do some homework, figure it out. You make sure you hop on the DePaul Chess Club. Make sure you hop on DePaul Esports. Both are going to be pretty happening over the next year. So keep your eyes out for that. So Perry, Michael, anything else you two wanted to say?
Not at the moment, no.
All right. Well, thank you to both very much for shoutcasting today. It was really fun to watch some chess today, in all honesty. Again, this is just one of our several DePaul Gaming League events. The next one is going to be coming up in just a couple of weeks, so keep your eyes open for that. But in the meantime, once again, congratulations to Aaron, a.k.a. King KMC, for winning the tournament and winning the really nice, unique chess trophy. And until next time, we'll be sure to see you all later. Peace out.